How do you know if the yoga practice you're about to do is trauma-informed? What a great question. A few years ago when I was running my yoga studio, 9 out of 10 people would come in and they would say something like, I would ask them, why yoga, why now? And they would say something like, my body hurts, or I feel tight. And that was very common. And it seemed to me that after talking to many, many people about that there seemed to be a little bit of a trend that if they were talking about pain in the body, that likely there was some tightness in the mind and tightness in the spirit, tightness in the emotions. And all of that is not generated overnight. That comes from periods of time or lengths of time where there's trauma going on. And in order to fully address trauma, we have to be careful of 5 different things. And so I'd like to go through those with you. Hi, my name is Salimah, yoga therapist, and I've been here with you on YouTube for a number of years now. I specialize in Kundalini yoga, and I'm a yoga therapist. So here are the things that you want to watch out for to just assess for yourself whether the practice you're about to engage in is trauma-informed. So number 1, I would say, is does the instructor use modifications? And this could be in the form of using different ways to get into a posture, different options within a posture, using blocks and props. And all of those kind of things means that your teacher is aware that not everybody is able, willing, or going to move into a certain posture in the way that it's being demonstrated. And I think that's really important because, as you well know, we're all different. And because we're different, each one of us needs a slightly different way to approach the practice in order to make it truly valuable, truly meaningful, and accessible. So the first one I would say is modifications. The second one is breath work being offered? Because breath work is by far one of the fastest ways to dial down a nervous system that's on high alert. Number 2, breath work is really good for grounding, for feeling connected to the earth, for being embodied, and a really powerful way to bring in energy, to feel revitalized, to feel connected. Number 3 on my list is, are silences being offered? In other words, the class has plenty of space for you to feel your own feelings, assess your own thoughts, to immerse in your own lived experience without the teacher feeling the need to narrate everything for you, and that you have some time to actually process what's coming up for you in your experience within the class or even online, but that you really have a chance to observe what's happening. Is your breath rate changing? Has your mind clicked into a new decision that you're needing to make? Have you received insight or inspiration? And the only way that can really happen is if there's enough quiet and enough time for that to happen. That makes it trauma-informed from my perspective in the sense of being at peace in a calm environment. And that's just as important online as it is in a live experience. The 4th on my list is that supportive environment, meaning that the language is inclusive, the language is free of gender bias, race bias, sexuality bias. In other words, people aren't just getting lumped into categories, or we're not being addressed individually because of our gender or because of our race, but rather the room is inclusive. The language is being used in an inclusive way so that everybody matters and everybody feels important in the room. And that's to avoid traumas, that's to avoid further triggering, and to make sure that those classes are really supportive of each and every practitioner. And the best way to do that is to use language. Language by far is the key to culture. And so if your instructor is using inclusive language, everybody's welcome. That's a good sign that they are also clued in to the fact that there's hundreds and hundreds of variations on a theme, and that all their students are equal in the room. And then finally, number 5 on my list is really about trustworthiness, because the time that you spend in a yoga class, whether it's live or online, is really about your investment of time, of your energy, of your willingness to show up for yourself. And it's very important that the teachers that you surround yourself with, the other practitioners, are trustworthy, and that you feel a sense of safety in the room and a sense of feeling supported. And trustworthy comes in many, many different forms. It's a matter of eye contact. It's a matter of being greeted. It's a matter of you show up and they know your name. It's a matter of feeling like you belong, feeling like you're there. And when yoga works really, really well, all of these different factors are covered, because that's what yoga is. It's about oneness. And when we start to treat each other in this sense of oneness, wow, magic can happen, healing can happen, and transformation happens. So I hope that was helpful for you. My name is Salimah, yoga therapist. Welcome to my channel, Yogavision Online. I do numerology consults, yoga therapy, and of course, Kundalini yoga teacher training. All the links are below. I'm really thrilled if you leave a comment here on this video. Tell me if I missed something. Tell me if you've noticed some of those aspects. And of course, get in touch if you're interested in any of those different programs. Lots of love, and until next time.